Hello and welcome. My name is Yvette Scipio. I'm going to take a little bit of time today and I want to talk to you about education. Of course, I've talked about education before, just how important it is. Let me just tell you a little bit about myself. As I said, my name is Yvette Scipio. Single mom. I have two girls right now, 24 and 18 years old. So during my course of raising them, when I started out with my education, first I started out with community college. I did community college for about 3 years. At that point, I was young. I really wasn't into education just yet. So I didn't really grasp onto it. So after 3 years of community college, I didn't receive an associate's degree. But I did go to working in a legal clinic. Uh, at the legal clinic, I was there for 10 years. It was very good pay, a fair amount of pay. But during that time, it wasn't as fair as what I would have liked it to be because I was working two and three jobs sometimes. During this time, I also became a realtor. Now, let's just start with the community college. For community college, I think I paid, uh, I was probably about $30,000 in debt by the time I was done doing that. I did receive some financial aid that like cut down on the cost, whatever, but I still had student loans that I had to pay back. So during while I was a legal secretary, I also became a realtor. When you're a realtor, you have to go through education. This one wasn't so bad. I paid about $450 in order to get my license to become a realtor. But then after that, you have to pay $8,000 roughly a year in dues and everything and further education in order to keep your real estate license. So after I became a realtor, I was also a natural health professional. All of this so that I can bring more money in because even with working two and three jobs at a time, I still wasn't making ends meet. So I become a natural health professional. I became, that's about one class, which is, I don't remember exact prices, so please don't quote me, but we're going anywhere between $250 to $500 per class. So I became a natural health professional, a reflexologist, an iridologist. Um, all of that together, I'm not even going to try and make up how much it actually costs. It costs a lot. So this wasn't really bringing me any money, even though I was doing that. The amount of money that I brought in with my natural health was basically just pocket change, gas money. So I fell off from doing that. At this time, I also got into multi-level marketing, which did put a little bit of money in my pocket. And it wasn't so much that I had to pay out for that, but still, and yet, I was broke. So I now have this wonderful idea that I'm going to school because I have been a legal assistant for 10 years. I decided I'm going back to school to become a paralegal. It's the next step. It's going to bring me more money, so that's what I do. I go to school to become a paralegal. I did well with it. I kept my GPA up at a 3.75, um, and I obtained my bachelor's degree as a paralegal. Now, when I went out to get a job as a paralegal, I wasn't able to find that. I did find another job as a legal assistant, but it was paying me more money than what I ever um, had made before in my life. To get my bachelor's degree, that cost me $50,000, and I did that online. Now, I don't know if you're doing all this counting on how much money that I've actually paid out for education, but I'm one that feels as though education is key. So I'll get the education that I need so that I can make the income that I need to make. Sounds smart, right? So this job that I just paid $50,000 for so that I can make a good amount of income, they fired me. So now I'm out of a job. I have all of this student debt. I still have my own bills. I just bought a brand new car. So I have a car note, mortgage, everything out of control. What do I want to do? I don't know if you've been following, you've been paying attention. I want more education. So I go back to school because I decided to go back into the natural health business. So while I'm doing natural health, I also went to incorporate massage therapy. It's something that is very hot right now, and everybody wants it. So I do want to incorporate massage therapy into my natural health business. Now, the only thing that I actually want to tie this into is with all of this education that I've received, yet and still I'm broke. Even with me going back to school for massage therapy, it still isn't going to bring in all the money that I need to sustain myself, to help my child with her education so that she doesn't have to struggle through school and rack up the type of debt that I did. Well, I could just stop short and be within 3 feet of success. What do I mean by 3 feet of success? Well, um, I don't know if you've heard of and Darby and Thomas Edison. Edison was inventor. Darby was along with him. Well, R.U. Darby, he had an uncle, and this is during the gold rush days. So he decides that him and his uncle decide that they want to go and see if they can strike it rich in gold. So they travel to Colorado, and they start mining the mines to try and strike gold. After doing some, a little bit of chipping away at the rock and everything, they find an ore of gold. So the Darbys, they now go back to family and friends, and they get the money that they need to rent drills so that they can go and mine these mines and find this gold. Well, they do that, and they're able to rack up a whole truck full of gold. So they take this gold and they cash it in, and now they're going to go back to the mines because now it's time to really start making a killing profits. So they start drilling, drilling, drilling. They're not finding any more gold. They're doing more drilling. They do this for about a couple of weeks. They don't find anything. So they quit. They sell their machinery to a junk man for a couple of $100. This junk man decides to go to an expert and do some calculations, and the expert tells him that this mine that they were mining, they didn't know anything about fault lines. So because they didn't know anything about fault lines, they didn't realize that if they would have just drilled 3 more feet, they would have reached their goal. Think about that, 3 more feet, they would have reached their goal. The junk man, he goes and he digs in 3 feet, and guess what he finds? Gold. He makes millions, millions from this mine because he went to an expert, he got the education that he needed, and he was able to do what he needed with the information and actually make a killing. So I know that it might sound like I'm talking back and forth because I said how all this education hasn't helped me. But I think that it has helped me because I do not struggle the way that I did when my children were younger. I haven't struggled like that in a while. However, with the education that I received, I'd rather find out how that education can propel me more in my own business than trying to help a company be propelled in their business and them making millions, and I'm just getting a small piece of the pie. That's when I came to Empower Network. I'm telling you, this company is phenomenal. For the education that I'm receiving with Empower Network, I am paying out $25 a month. $25 a month. Think about that, people. Think about it. I am now learning how to market in ways I have never learned before. And the things that I've learned is just so simple. It's so crazy. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. Definitely, I am telling you, you have to buy into Empower Network. You have to buy into Empower Network because it's going to empower you in your life to do the things that you want to do, to live the way that you want to live, to obtain the type of success that you want to obtain. I know that I'm on my way. And what I'm hoping is that I'll be able to see you along the ride. So be sure, find about more Empower Network. If you need to give me a call so that I can let you know more about it, I can send you to my website, Just do what you have to do to get the education that you need so that you can become an expert in your field and you can be able to make sure that you are financially sound, mentally sound, all the way around. It's going to make you such a better person. So make sure you make that move just like I did. Thank you very much. Again, my name is Yvette Scipio, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.